Hi friends, it's Kathy and welcome back to my channel. Good evening to all of you. I'm so excited that you've tuned in, and I just want to make sure that the audio is good and the camera is good. Okay, great. Hey, can you guys give me a thumbs up real quick just to make sure everything is good to go, that y'all can hear me? Just put a thumbs up on the comment section. I'm so excited. Like I'm telling you, I mean, I do like Zoom calls all day long at work, but yeah, hi. But yeah, I do Zoom calls all day long, and it's just that whenever I have to do live stream, I'm always like a little bit anxious. Hey, let me do a shout out real quick. You know what? I wanted to do something. Okay, well, anyway. All right, just a quick shout out. I have my friends TNL, Nilva, thank you so much for logging in. And we have Isis, my very good friend at work. And Christian, Doc Christian, thank you so much for logging in. Thank you for supporting me. Jezebel and my dear husband Aristotle is on too. So I hope some more friends are going to be logging in, and there is going to be a little bit of delay, I think, from as compared to the live as you are hearing it. So anyway, so for the September series, our topic is all about marriage, right? Is how to make your marriage work. Kind of like Marriage Matters, I would say. So just a quick disclaimer. I am not a marriage counselor. I'm not a licensed life coach. I don't have any certification about that type of expertise, about marriage expertise, but my only expertise is really my personal experience that I really want to share with everybody because it works for us, you know. So I just want to share that with everybody, and then I'm going to give you some tips, and also we are going to go over the love languages from Dr. Gary Chapman, and he's a renowned author of marriage counseling. Ooh, that kind of like didn't come out right. Let me drink some coffee. I hope you guys got your cup of coffee. So Dr. Gary Chapman is a renowned author, and he speaks in a lot of churches, and he really teaches a lot of marriage couples about about marriage life. So I'm really excited to share his work with you. The things that we're going to go over are not mine, it is his, and all credit goes to him. So if you don't know me, and if this is your first time logging in, I know a lot of people are probably watching the replay. My name is Kathy Castro. I'm a YouTube content creator, and I cover Harry Potter stuff, lifestyle vlogs, family life stuff, right? And nursing stuff. So I do a lot of stuff. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to niche down to focus on just a particular topic that you and I can probably share. All right, Isis you need to get a cup of coffee, girl. I see that you love coffee. That's great. We do too. So let me go back. If you missed our live stream last week, our live stream, by the way, is every Friday, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, and that is U.S. time. If you are in the Philippines, it's Saturday, 9 o'clock in the morning. So just check in, Google it up with your time zone to make sure that you can make it on the 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, Friday night, U.S. time, right? But if not, then you can go ahead and watch the replay. It's the same thing. You just can't do a live active chatting with the rest of the viewers, but you can put your comment on the comment below, and I will respond to you as soon as possible. So if you missed our live stream last week, we talked about communication. Again, it's about marriage, right? So because our first Friday of September was last week. So we talked about communication and how to improve communication with your spouse. So tonight we're going to be talking about love languages, and I'm so excited to share that with you. And next week, we're going to be talking about money matters in marriage, financial stuff. Again, same thing, things that we do in our own household, things that work for us. It may not work for you, but I hope at the end of our session that you'll be able to get a bit of tips on things that I give you guys for some tidbits in marriage. So I do have a quick presentation. I just want to make sure I'm on my I'm on track on my checklist here. All right, you know what? Let me do that. Let's share my screen. All right. Okay, if you guys are doing something, you can definitely multitask. That is okay. This session can serve as a podcast if you want to think about it that way, because you can hear me even though. Okay, so, all right, let me make sure. All right, I love that. We've got a presentation up. How to make marriage work. This is part 2. All right. Okay, so we are going to talk about how to discover your love language. So the pictures that I have on my presentation are pictures from Google. So they are not, I hope they're not copyrighted. Maybe I should have not said that, right? So anyway, I want to give you a couple of examples, maybe a few examples of, arguments or disagreements at home, some minor and major ones. So from the minor ones, maybe, toothpaste. Oh my gosh, that is a big deal. Shouldn't be a big deal, so toothpaste, talking about where do you really press the toothpaste tube, right? Is it at the bottom or the middle or the top? I'm so guilty with that. I think with my husband and between my husband and myself, I think we just press it wherever we grab the toothpaste tube. I'm not really very particular, but I know some people are particular. All right. I hope you guys can hear me all right. What about eating noisily? The crunching sound whenever your spouse is eating or a slurping sound if there's a soup. Or, we're from the Philippines, so we're Asian, so we eat a lot of noodles too, as well as rice. So when you're eating noodles, if you're slurping the noodles, those kind of things, they annoy me. And I don't know about you. Let me know in the comment section if those little things annoy you as well. What about a toilet paper? So clearly there's nothing on the toilet holder, right? Not the toilet paper holder, right? So somebody needs to replace that. And it ain't going to be me because I'm not the last person that used the toilet. So those kind of stuff, right? What about, being on the phone for a long time? What do y'all think about that? Let me go ahead and decrease this. Okay. You just make sure that you guys can see me good. What about being on the phone? We're at home and we're supposed to be spending some time. Hi, John. Thank you for logging in, John. We're supposed to be spending some time, but you are on the phone. You're on your cell phone. And we're supposed to be talking, and we're not. So those kind of things, they annoy me. What about not paying attention? Oh my gosh, I'm trying to say something and you're just really not paying attention. You're in la la land, those are some of the minor stuff, right? What about the bigger stuff? The bigger issues, causes of arguments inside the household. That is so funny. Yeah, Miss Whimsy Fix said, I'm an introvert and my husband is an extrovert. How do I find quiet time? I think that is that's just a good balance. There you go. You see that one? That is so cute, right? I think you just need to find a good balance in everything. But I think that's a good combination, an introvert and extrovert. I love that comment, Isis. All right, so let's go ahead and dig in. I hope I'm not missing anything. And on top of my head, I have a lot of things lined up on my head that I want to share with you, but I'm just going to trust my notes and I'm going to pull the slide and go through the notes that I have and let's dig in. All right, I've got my PowerPoint presentation up again. This is awesome. Okay, again, courtesy of Google, not my own, okay? Why people get married. Okay, so these are some of the reasons why people get married. 88% is because of love. 81% is making a lifelong commitment. 76% says having a companionship. 49% having children. 30% a relationship recognized in a religious ceremony. 28% financial stability. That's kind of surprising. And 23% is for legal rights and benefits. Now, this survey actually is kind of old. It's been, I think they did it in 2013. So we're in 2020 now. I hope it hasn't changed much. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, the number one reason why you should get married is really about love, right? Because you love one another. I remember those days when my husband and I were in the courtship stage, we were dating and I couldn't do anything at work. All I do is think about him and just do a bunch of imagination. I lose concentration whenever I have to do something at work, or you're just pretty much daydreaming when I'm driving, So it should be the number one reason, right? Why you got married in the first place. But look at this, divorce rates. And this is up to date by country for 2020. Okay, now we are in a COVID situation, right? And tension rises up and the stress kind of rises up, So here we are with our divorce rates by country in 2020. Down here at the bottom, you'll see where it says the number of divorces per 1,000 population. I don't know if this is like per count. It looks like it. So you can see the color coding right at the bottom. There's orange, red, purple. I think is that I shouldn't be colorblind. I don't know if that's blue. Yeah, I think that's blue. So kind of locate where you're watching from and look at the divorce rates per country. I thought that was pretty interesting. And look at United States. That is interesting. So most common reason for divorce, 73% is lack of commitment. Yeah, lack of commitment. Oh my gosh. 56%. Oh, there we go, friends. Argue too much. Why are you guys arguing too much, right? Oh my gosh. Going back to the communication piece, the tips that I shared with everybody last week, and those are my tips. So I know you have your own tips probably for that you can share with anyone, the things that works for your marriage, or maybe some tips that you can get or obtain from your elders, your parents or uncles, or whomever. What about infidelity? We have infidelity there at 55%. Married too young, 46%. Unrealistic expectations. Y'all see that? It says 45%. Unrealistic expectations where we don't live in Cinderella world, right? We don't live in happily ever after. We can reach that stage, Lack of equality in relationship, 44%. Lack of preparation for marriage, 41%. And we have domestic violence or abuse, 25%. I just don't know when the survey came out. It's in Google, okay? But I thought it's interesting to kind of find out and see some of the reasons for divorce. I have a YouTuber friend. She's actually a divorce lawyer. And I'm not sure if she's able to log in tonight. If not, I know she'll be able to watch the replay and do some good comments. So make sure you go back and read some of the comments after we publish this live stream. Okay, so let me stop right here and let me go back to where y'all can see me clear. All right, so I thought that was interesting, right? What do y'all think about that? There's just so many things, so many reasons. I know there's other reasons. There is the intimacy problem, I would say. Financial should be there too. But I think the second top one is arguing too much. And that is a big umbrella where it covers a multitude of things. Like, what do you guys argue about, right? Are you guys arguing about money? Are you guys arguing about infidelity? Things like that. It can cover a multitude of things. So let's check it out and let's go back to the screen. Let's go back to the PowerPoint presentation. If you guys have any comments, questions, or thoughts, go ahead and put it on the comment section. All right, how to discover your love language. Let's dig in. This is, again, authored by Dr. Gary Chapman. You can get his book online or listen to his audiobook, and it's amazing. You can listen to his audiobook while, doing chores or doing laundry, washing dishes, washing the car, things like that. You can do that. You can multitask and listen to some positive notes or positive commentaries, right? So let's go ahead and dig in. Okay, so the first one on his love language is the words of affirmation. What does that mean? I have a clip here. Friends, this is actually a screenshot of my conversation between my husband and I. And, if you listen to our live stream last week, we talked about communication, right? So words of affirmation means able to verbalize, I love you, babe, or, take care, thank you. Mostly, I love you is the words of affirmation. Now, if you are, I would say, for example, this is the example that I have right here is really for a marriage that, intact inside one home, one household. For those of you that may be working abroad, working from out of state, how do you do long distance relationship, right? Well, you can still do the words of affirmation. You should be very well be doing that more often than you should, right? With Dr. Chapman, he's even recommending keeping a written record of the things that your spouse have done, so you can go back. I think that's a good practice. I think so. That's best practice. For me, what works for me is that, that instantaneous words of affirmation. If I see my husband doing something, then I automatically tell him, thank you for doing that, babe. Great job on that. It's just having that affirmation that he's done a great job and that you're acknowledging that you're recognizing that and you're thankful that he has done that, because you guys are partners. Like I said from last week, you guys are not housemates. You're not roommates. You are a husband and a wife. You should be living your life together, right? So it's a partnership. What about writing a love letter? Yeah, that's kind of like old school, right? But I think you can do a texting, like as simple as this one. This is me. I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday. I was out working and I was clearly driving. So I have my Bluetooth on, and whenever somebody texts you while you're driving, right, it automatically sends that drive alert. So this is my husband. He's just checking in. No particular reason why he's texting. He's just checking in, and he's just telling me what he's about to do, that he's going to go to the mechanic. And then I haven't responded because I was driving, right? And then he just blurted out, said, okay, love you. And then I was able to text back and tell him that I love him too. So those little things. I mean, if you want to go old school, you can go ahead and do a love letter. I think that'll be sweet. But texting is also great. It's a great great way to express your words of affirmation. Okay, let's see. What about looking for strengths? In this, like I said last week, an average couple usually spends about 2.5 hours a day together. This is pre-COVID, 2.5 hours a day, right? And that was pre-COVID. And this is where we're talking about traditionally, like, you're working Monday to Friday, you're working 8 hours a day. When you get home, you fix your dinner, you fix the kids, do the dishes and things like that. Whatever's left off of that would probably be about half an hour of talking time with your spouse. And then you guys crash in bed because it's been a long day, right? So now with COVID, there are some families that had been furloughed or has been, laid off, or has been doing home officing, where that 2.5 hours a day has increased to 8 hours to 16 hours a day that you're together at home. So what do you do if you're not used to being with your husband or your wife all day long? You can get annoyed, right? But the words of affirmation means you should be able to identify the strengths, the positive strengths from your spouse, and you should be able to have that affirmation, verbal affirmation, and give that out to your spouse. So, if you're not used to doing that, if you're not used to, saying out, I love you, babe, or I love you, darling, sweetheart, whatever you call your spouse, that's okay. Maybe tonight is the night that you should start saying it. Maybe tonight is the night that you shouldn't think about it too much. Just do it. Start it. Like I said last week, it's easier to give in than to resist. If you're resisting that, if you have too much of a pride in you, you guys are not going to go anywhere. It doesn't cost a whole lot to just give in and have that sweet talk and have that, words of affirmation given to your spouse. You can do it. You can do it. I guarantee you can do it. Let me know next week how it turns out to be, right? Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Quality time. This is the second love language, quality time. This is very important because, especially for me, I do want quality time, good quality time spent with my husband. Okay, so what does that mean? We're talking about focused attention. It's like, for example, sitting on the couch watching TV. That's not quality time. You may be physically at home, but that's not quality time. You are not spending good quality time together. What about having a picnic as a family? Okay, so having a picnic as a family, or maybe playing sports together. Right now with COVID, you can't really go to a lot of different places, right? By the way, friends, keep going on the chat. And then at the end of our session, I'm going to pull your comments. So make sure you stay until the end so we can put your comments up on the bottom of the screen, and we'll go ahead and address it, acknowledge it. So keep going, keep going. I love the conversation in the chat room. So what about playing sports? Right now we're in the COVID situation, right? So with COVID, you can't really go anywhere. Not as free willing as you used to be pre-COVID. So right now you do have a lot of time together at home. You can do a picnic at the backyard, picnic at the neighborhood community area, or you can do just a picnic in the living room, have some movie nights with the rest of the family. Good quality time. So there was an example in Dr. Chapman's book about, so remember, friends, we're going through the love languages. And at the end of this session, we're actually going to go to the website and take a quiz. We're going to do it together, but it's going to be based on my opinion, but I kind of want to show you how it's done. But we should be able to identify what is your love language, because we speak English, right? I speak in a different language, which is my native language, which is Tagalog, but love has a different language. And that's what we're kind of debunking to make sure that we can identify what is our love language. And that way we can communicate well with our spouse. All right, going back to the example that I was talking about in the quality time. Yes, eating together. Thank you, Jezebel. So what about quality time? There was an example by Dr. Chapman, and he said that, the husband keeps working a lot because he keeps working a lot, and he thought he's doing an incredible job providing for the family. But the wife's love language is quality time. So in her opinion, it doesn't really matter if you work a lot. But if you're going to be working a lot and you're not spending a good quality time with a family, then there's no meaning with you working a lot, even if you're providing, good livelihood for the family. If you can't spend good quality time, it doesn't mean anything. So if you are that type of person that your love language is quality time, then that is something that you want to communicate with your spouse. Quality conversation. We talked about quality conversation, engagement. I'm going to tell you an example, though. I think it's been quite a while. Yeah, online shopping together. I love that, Christian. So I'm going to give you an example of focusing and giving your attention. So there was a time when my husband and I were talking, and I have this incredible joke. It was a fun joke. You'd bust out laughing, right? And so I was telling my husband about it. I was like, yada 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 yada, and I hit the climax of my joke, right? And I was like waiting for his expression, waiting for him busting out laughing, and he's just staring at me. And I was like, babe, that was the climax of my joke. What happened? You're supposed to be laughing. And he's like, I'm sorry, what did you say? What did I say? I'm not repeating that. You should have paid attention. So he was thinking about work. So I understand that. But I want some good quality attention, that we can communicate well and you can ride along with my jokes and stuff like that. So it's so funny. But since then, we've gotten better. I have to remind my husband, babe, I just want your attention. Just give me 5 minutes. I know you're thinking about work. Let's go ahead and think about work later. Okay, maybe in about 15 minutes. But I want to tell you something. It's so funny. It's so cute. It's so cool. It's so important to me. So along the lines of that, making sure that you're maintaining eye contact, not like just staring blankly, but really maintaining good eye contact, that you're really engaging, maybe having some facial expression, body language too. And it's just important. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move on with the next love language. With camping out in the living room, those are great. You should have like a trivia family night. Questions that you guys can discuss as a whole family, right? Like how did you and your husband, how did you guys meet, and what? And I get questioned a lot about this from my kids. They would ask us all the time, how did you guys meet? What made you fall in love with dad? What made you fall in love with mom? So I think it's a great family bonding. If your kids are little, that they can't have that conversation yet, it's fine. It's fine too. You guys can pull some board game or something that you guys can do together. All right, let's move on because I'm talking a lot. Let's move on. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Let's go to the third love language. I'm so excited. This is very important, I think, and it's usually how do you say that word? I'm trying to find for a better word. Misinterpreted. The third love language is receiving gifts. This doesn't mean that you're going to buy Louis Vuitton or you're going to buy Gucci. That's not what it means, friends. It means receiving meaningful gifts. So let me stop that. I hope you guys got the message on that. So receiving gifts can be purchased, made, or found. Okay, purchased, sure. Something that, like, I like Harry Potter. So if my husband's out doing grocery, and he hasn't done this one though, but he's listening right now. I hope he gets it. But if he's doing some grocery shopping, or if he went to the store and saw some Harry Potter toys or whatever replica stuff, if he buys that and gives it to me, I would really appreciate him. But the best thing that he actually does, and I hope you guys do this too, the best thing that he actually does is always buying me a bouquet of flowers. And it means a lot, so I hope that the husbands out there, that you can find a way to probably think about something special for your wives, even for the wives. Although I can't really think about something for my husband because I don't know if that's his love language, but I don't think so. I know his love language, and I don't think that's it. But if you are the spouse that that is your love language, go ahead and make sure you're communicating that with your spouse. What about made? A gift that's made? I don't know, maybe something that if you like doing some woodwork or something like that, maybe you can do that. Something really simple but meaningful. It doesn't have to be those expensive ones, right? What about found? Like for me, if you were to give me, what do you call that? Like the duck feather that looks like a quill. That's right. Yeah, a quill from Harry Potter. They do a lot of that. I would appreciate that. I love that. So those are some of the things, you guys have to be very, very careful. I know a lot of people that I know, or people that know someone that would work a lot of hours, work and work and work. They don't get to spend good quality time with their family. They give their family everything, all the material things. Let's go ahead and buy the most expensive car out there. Let's buy Louis Vuitton shoes. Let's pair it up with a purse and a dress. They would do that. They're losing a lot of quality time with their family. The material things is really not enough. It's not gonna fill in a hole. It shouldn't replace the quality time that you should be spending time with your family. Because I know for me, it's not but that could be the love language for your spouse. I don't know. If that makes her happy, makes him happy, just make sure you're not emptying out your bank account. Okay, just, I'm not talking about being too frugal, but making sure that you're balancing everything. And we're going to talk about that next week on our live stream, so stay tuned on that one. It's very, very important. I may need to bring my husband next week, because he's the financial person in this house. So that is the third love language. Let's move on to the fourth one. The fourth one is, let me see. The fourth one, I keep flip-flopping because this application that we're using is not like a Zoom call. In Zoom call, it's so easy to pull up slides. This one takes a little bit more of clicking. This is the fourth one, acts of service. So what does that mean? I'm going to tell you that when I was in nursing school, how long ago was that? Like 7, 8 years ago. When I was in nursing school, I was so busy with studying. So I would literally, we didn't have kids yet at that time. I would literally sit for hours in the dining room, in the dining table, and then my husband will do all the cooking, prepare the food, prepare the plates. And I would literally just move like 2 inches away from the books into the plate. And then when I'm done eating, I move back to the books, and he cleans up everything, right? So I appreciate him for doing that. It's not something that he's gonna, you know, I was looking for the word. It's not something that he would just rub on my face that he did all of that, but it's something that came from his heart, that he wants to help me out because I need to finish nursing school at that time. And he would do that for me. Even now with work, there are times that I'm doing a bunch of Zoom calls, like back to back Zoom calls at work. I literally don't have time to cook. It's not that I'm a good cook. I'm not. I can get by, but I really don't have time to cook. And he would take over. He would take over that, and I appreciate him for being such a trooper, and being okay with picking up the dishes and picking up the pots and cooking. And I know some of you may have husbands that are chefs, and I know they don't mind cooking at home. So you are lucky if that is you. So when I was growing up, I didn't know that I have to do a lot of house chores, right? So when I moved here to United States, I just learned how to do quite a good bit of house chores, and I was so appreciative of, the family members that taught me when I moved here to United States. But when I got married, I didn't know that I have to do certain things. So it's a communication, because if I don't know how to do a certain chore, then I have to communicate that with my husband. I just want to make sure that he's okay with that. But those are some of the examples. I don't know about you, friends. What are some of the acts of service that, if that is your love language, make sure that if that is your love language, then you wouldn't care about Louis Vuittons, right? Because what you want is for your spouse to help you out in the household chores. What you want is for your spouse to be with you doing gardening work or washing the car, right? So make sure you are clear with that. I think all of these are important. Dr. Chapman is just giving us a little bit more of definition of where we would fall under. And that way we're having that clear communication with our spouses. Now, the last love language that I want to share This is the fifth one because there's five. So let me share the screen again. The last one, are you guys ready? The last one is physical touch. This is very, very important. I know for me, it is. You know why? Because it gives that affirmation again that just because you guys are married doesn't mean that you're not going to be hugging each other. So for me, I love hugs and kisses. I'm not talking about, kissing torridly and, I'm talking about just the cute little kisses because we have children at home. Holding hands in public and some, I love the, tickling each other. We do that all the time and we kind of run around the house like cats and dogs. But hugs and kisses, if you're a kind of person that is your love language, then you need to make sure that you're able to communicate that with your spouse. Do you remember when you guys are dating, there's a bunch of you holding hands, there's a bunch of just kisses. It shouldn't change. It shouldn't really change. It should be the same. So it makes a big difference, especially if we do that. I'm not talking about being inappropriate, right, in public or inappropriate in front of your kids. Whenever we express our love language like that and our kids see that, I see them smiling. I see them smiling that, oh, my parents are, this and that, yada, yada. And we're not really doing that just for the sake of the kids. It's really because that's part of our love language, right? So one of the comments from a friend's son said that, the friend of the son of my friend had stated that, oh, I wish my parents were like that. My parents are not used to saying I love you to one another. I've never heard them say I love you to one another. I've never seen them hug each other, and children notice that. The best gift, I think, in my opinion, that you can share with your children is showing them that you and your spouse love each other. So, like I said, if this is not you, it's okay. Maybe tonight is the night that you need to start. Maybe tonight is the night that you need to start. You don't need to resist. Oh, that is too cheesy. Whatever Kathy's talking about, that's too cheesy. I'm not going to do that. Well, yeah, we used to do that, but I don't have to do that. That's okay. I mean, this is not my tips, but I'm telling you, if you see the value in what we're talking about, then I dare you to try it. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Furthermore, I guarantee that it'll foster your relationship with your spouse. I truly believe that. So let's go ahead and move on to the comments real quick, and then we're going to go to the website. All right. So let me go here. Any comments or any questions that you guys may have. All right. Let's see. I like the makeup. Thank you for talking about my makeup. All right. I think this one, I was able to show this a little while ago. I think it's a good combination. Ms. Whimsy Fix. Hi, Tita Mean. That's my sister-in-law. Thank you for logging in. Crystal, thank you for logging in too. All right. So let's go ahead and see. I feel better knowing I have no issues in those problem areas. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you guys are open to one another. And like I said, for my last week's live stream, communication is very important. For me, I grew up in a household where communication is a bit different. It can be taken in a different way. Sometimes you're not able to express what you need to express. It may be taken disrespectful in some way or manner because of my culture, right? But I'm glad that my husband and I are able to come across and go over that bridge of comfort level in discussing things that are uncomfortable. All right, let's see. All right, my very good friend Tia Nell, you should check out her channel. Her channel is really awesome. It's about cooking and lifestyle. So I'm just going to do a shout out there. If you guys want to check it out, I think I can go ahead and put her link in the description below after we publish this video. So my friend said, I agree. Marry when you love each other. I've been married for more than 21 years. Woohoo! Still in love and getting stronger. Awesome. Congratulations, my friend. That is awesome. Respect each other's differences and be faithful. That is absolutely true. So you guys are not going to be perfect. You have differences and you need to know how to respect that. There are also times where you don't really need to say anything. You know, you just have to be there, listen to your spouse, and let them process whatever thought process they have, and let them let it out and communicate that out to you. That is so sweet how you say I love you even through mundane conversations. I know, you should try it. Just texting and saying I love you. I love the virtual hug. Hi, Bay. Thank you for logging in. All right, let's see. Oh, you just texted your husband, I love you. Okay, this is a good one here. How about eating out together? That is a good family bonding too, eating out together. You know, last week I shared with you friends that dinner time or lunchtime or breakfast time, well, mostly dinner time, is a family meeting for us. So that is a time where we really spend time together. And I'm moving the laptop, I'm sorry. We spend time together, and we really, that's the time of the day that we get to say out whatever happened in our day and share with everybody our thought process. This is my very good friend, Dr. Christian. He's doing a great job I think he's in Saudi, I think. He's doing a great job helping out there. Online shopping together. I love that. Absolutely. Online shopping together is a way of, you know, doing things together. I like cuddling. Oh, that is awesome. That is great. I love y'all's comments. There's another comment here by Miss Whimsy Fix. That's sweet. Kathy, I remember my husband and I got back together. Our son seemed so happy to see us hug and kiss. It's such a good vibe to love and not be afraid to express that. Absolutely. Isn't that amazing? And just kind of observe your children whenever you guys do that. And like I said, we don't do that just to show them that we can. It's just that sometimes we forget that they're there. We're just running around. All right, so let's go ahead and pull the website. You with me? We still have a little bit of time, okay? Let's go ahead and pull the website. I want to show it to you, friends. So let me pull that up. This is the website to discover your love language. All right, so there you go. So up on the top, you can see the website link. And I think the love language is applicable to teenagers, I think, and kids too. But this is the website. So here are the 5 items that we went over with: words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. So let's go ahead and take the quiz. And I'm going to go ahead and do the quiz with you. Start here. So here we are. We have, you get to choose. Is it going to be a couples quiz or children's quiz, singles or teens? Well, I think my kids can do this too. So we're going to do the couples quiz, and we're going to say continue. Okay, there you go. So here we are. We are going to say female. Okay. Ooh, my age, I'm between 35 to 44. Married or in a relationship? Married, yes. Have you read The 5 Languages by Gary Chapman? Yes. And like I said, friends, you can do the online audiobook if you want to. It's more meaningful to me when I receive a loving note, text, email for no special reason from my loved one, or my partner and I hug. Oh, this is tough. I love hugs. So I'm going to go ahead and do hugs, right? It's more meaningful to me when I can spend alone time with my partner, just the two of us, or my partner does something practical to help me out. I love physical touch. Okay, so it may not be you, but I want to show you how the quiz is taken. It's more meaningful to me when my partner gives me a little gift as a token of our love for each other, or I get to spend uninterrupted leisure time with my partner. I'm going to go with this one. Okay, my partner unexpectedly does something for me, like filling my car or doing the laundry, or my partner and I touch. I like both. I like both, but I can fill the car or I can do the laundry too. I don't know. I feel I'm going to go ahead and do with this one, the laundry. It's more meaningful to me when my partner puts his or her arm around me when we're in public, or my partner surprises me with a gift. I'm going to go with this one. Okay, it's more meaningful to me when I'm around my partner, even if we're not really doing anything, or I hold hands with my partner. I do love holding hands, so we're going to go with that one. Okay, my partner gives me a gift, or I hear I love you from my partner. I do love that I love you. So we're going to pick that one. It's more meaningful to me when I sit close to my partner or I am complimented by my loved one for no apparent reason. Okay, I'm going to go with this one, with being complimented, right? It's more meaningful to me when I get the chance to just hang out with my partner or I unexpectedly get small gifts from my partner. I like just the hanging out. So I'm going to go pick that one. You might pick the other one. Okay, what's more meaningful to me if I hear my partner tell me, I'm proud of you, or my partner helps me with a task? Um, I want to say both, but I'm going to go with my partner telling me that he's proud of me. Oh no, I'm going to do helping me with tasks. Okay. What is more meaningful? I get to do things with my partner, or I hear supportive words from my partner. I get to do things with my partner. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. What do y'all think? Okay, I would want to do supportive words from my partner because he had just done that like for the past 2 days, and I love that. It's more meaningful to me when my partner does things for me instead of just talking about doing nice things, or I feel connected to my partner through a hug. I do love hugs. But if he hugs me and he doesn't do anything, okay, I'm gonna go with a hug because I love that. It's more meaningful to me when I hear praise from my partner or my partner gives me something that shows he or she was really thinking about me. I like hearing praises. I'm able to just be around my partner, or I get a back rub. Ooh, look at that. Or massage from my partner. I do love the massage. It's more meaningful to me when my partner reacts positively to something I've accomplished, or my partner does something for me that I know they don't particularly enjoy. What do y'all think? Okay, I'm going to go with that one. It's more meaningful to me when my partner and I kiss frequently, or I sense my partner is showing interest in the things I care about. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go with this one. Kissing. Yes, you're right. It's more meaningful to me when my partner works on special projects with me that I have to complete, or my partner gives me an exciting gift. Okay, I'm going to go with special projects. It's more meaningful to me when I'm complimented by my partner on my appearance, or my partner takes the time to listen to me and really understand my feelings. You know what? I like both, but I do like the time that he listens to me and just trying to understand me. I think that's much more important to me. Okay, what about this one? My partner and I share a non-sexual touch in public, or my partner offers to run errands for me. I like this one. Just public, what do you call that? The public display of affection, right? PDA. It's more meaningful to me when my partner does a bit more than his or her normal share of the responsibilities we share, or I get a gift that I know my partner put thought into choosing. I would say that sharing responsibilities at home is better for me. My partner doesn't check his or her phone while we're talking. Oh, yes. My partner goes out of their way to do something that relieves pressure on me. I like both, but I like it when, oh my goodness. Do I go back? Yeah. It's more meaningful to me when I can look forward to a holiday because of a gift I anticipate receiving. I don't really care too much about gifts. I do like this one, hearing the words, I appreciate you from my partner. I think we're almost done. It's more meaningful to me when my partner brings me a little gift after he or she has been traveling without me, or my partner takes care of something I'm responsible to do, but I feel too stressed out to do at the time. Okay, I'm going to pick the second one. All right, it's more meaningful to me when my partner doesn't interrupt me while I'm talking, or gift giving is an important part of our. So I like this one. If he doesn't interrupt me when I'm talking. Oh, wait a minute. We skipped. Okay. All right. It's more meaningful to me when my partner helps me out when he or she knows I'm already tired, or I get to go somewhere while spending time with my partner. I think I want to do this one, going somewhere, right? I like vacations. I mean, pre-COVID, I do. It's more meaningful to me when my partner and I are physically intimate, or my partner gives me a little gift that he or she picked up in the course of their normal day. I do like the first one. All right. My partner says something encouraging to me, or I get to spend time in a shared activity or hobby with my partner. I want to do this second one. My partner surprises me with a small token of their appreciation, or my partner and I touch a lot during the normal course of the day. I would I do this. I do the second one. I like that, because we're mostly at home most of the time, and I do love the touchy feeling type. My partner helps me out, especially if I know they're already busy, or I hear my partner specifically tell me, I appreciate you. You know what? Aren't they the same thing? Don't you think so? They're kind of like the same thing. So I would choose the first one. It's more meaningful to me when my partner and I embrace after we've been apart for a while. Oh, I love that one. Or I hear my partner say how much I mean to him or her. I love the hug. So I'm going to do the first one. Oh, let's check. Oh, I knew it. It's physical touch. So my primary love language is physical touch. So I hope this test kind of helps you guys out. Oh, it does gives us like, the percentage at the bottom. Oh, there you go. Words of affirmation is 17%. Physical touch is 33%. And acts of service, 23%. And quality time is 27%. There you go. I thought that's really pretty cool. It kind of defines where you're at. I know for my husband, I'm going to tell you, he loves the words of affirmation. So whenever he does something, then I have to tell him, thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing, such a great job and things like that. So I know he loves that. And that would probably be the top. It doesn't mean that the other sections are not your love language. It just means that for me, physical touch is more important than the other ones. That's just basically what it means, is what, I would want to, think about it. So I'm going to tell you, from our personal experience, we didn't used to be expressive. So not until we heard about the love languages at church. And since then, look, friends, it's not going to work for you if you're not willing to open up, if you're not willing to hear, if you have that big block in your heart. You have to let it in. You have to learn, and you have to be open to absorb new things, just like in anything in life. Because if you feel like you know everything, then it may put you in a difficult situation in the future, because you're just not flexible enough to learn new things, right? So I'm going to tell you, as soon as we learn about this, it has to be the both of us. I can't be the only one that's trying to adjust, trying to absorb new things. It has to be my husband as well. And so when we're both in the same page, then we're able to move forward and really, foster our relationship to where we're at right now. We're not perfect. We're not perfect. We still have struggles, but I think we're better than 15 years ago. We've been married for 19 years. So, and if you have been married for 25 years and you feel like you're dead set with the system that you have going on at home, then it doesn't mean that it has to be like that for the next 25 years, for the next 30, 40 years. You can change. You can change for the better. Think about where you're at right now. Is this your ideal marriage that you have in your mind? Is this the ideal relationship that you have in your mind way back when you were getting married? You see a lot of movies out there, you hear a lot of things from other people. You're not going to get advices from the movies. I guess one or two, yeah, maybe, but you have to find balance to the things that you are learning. Okay, things that that's realistic, things that that will probably work in your relationship. Okay, things that make sense. If it doesn't make sense, don't pursue that. Quality time is very important. Having that communication, open communication. You shouldn't be hiding anything from your spouse. You should be open. His money is my money. His time is my time. His dreams are my dreams. Everything should be one. There shouldn't be a separate bank account, a separate plan. That's your plan. I have my own plan. It shouldn't be like that. We were created to be one. And that way, all our decisions are together, are just one. So, anyway, friends, so if you guys don't have any other questions, I can go in my soapbox, and talk about marriage and talk about stuff. Like I said, if you are watching this on a replay, go ahead and do some house chores while you're listening to this. It can be a little podcast, I would say. So, friends, I just want to say thank you for the time that you spent with me tonight. Remember, our live stream goes every Friday, 8 o'clock. So don't miss out on that. And if you do, you can hit the replay button. And any questions that you may have, go ahead, put it on the comment section. I really appreciate your hour of your time that you spent with me. And in the beginning, I said that I cover Harry Potter videos, lifestyle vlogs, family life, and live stream every Friday. Other than that, friends, have a very, very good night. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And go ahead and put some comment after if you're watching this on a replay. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you can apply any of the tips on the love languages that we discussed tonight. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.